Hello, good evening, everybody. It's Tuesday evening. It's the 6th. I believe this is D-Day, isn't it? 79 years since DJ, no, not DJ, D-Day took place. So June the 6th, 2023, okay, 9 o'clock in the evening. And if you're watching this on replay, hello, good afternoon, good morning. Keep thinking positive. Peace, love, goodwill to everyone, and hopefully you'll stay through to the end. Anyway, nice to have you here, everyone. Okay, so Brian Street, nice to hear from you, Brian. Hope all's well. So he's on the Sherbets. Big game tomorrow, England versus Italy. Okay, well, yeah, all right. Well, good for that. Good, good game, good game. Leeds, good evening. AJ, AJ. Hi, Ed. Hope you're well and getting about in the sun. Well, this is sun British time, English time. What it means is putting a picture of Thailand in the background and wearing a hoodie to keep me warm. This is it doesn't seem that warm, When we get summers, well, when we get a heat wave, we call it a heat wave. We don't really get proper summers. That's why I have to put pictures like that on the background. But anyway, thanks for asking. Martin Ryder, so bored with Phil and Holly. Guess what? Yeah, we'll take a lighter look. I mean, it's not something that I would normally indulge in unless I got something to talk about. But we'll have a mention. These two people here on the screen are at each other's throats. Just look how smiling and he's got a bit of a twisted smile. She's got a bit of a smile like as if she's thinking something else. Hasn't she? Oh, we'll have a little mention of them, okay? Richard O. Richard O. Good evening, Richard O. Sceneries. Good evening, Martin Ryder. You at Sun in Court today. Well, I think everyone's really bored of you at Sun. And do you have any sympathy for these bloody celebrities? Do you have any sympathy? I think it was Harrison Ford, whether it was a original line or not, but he said when you become a celebrity, you make a deal with the devil. In other words, you're going to be scrutinized. You're going to be hauled through the coals. You're going to be put through the mangler. You're going to have your bollocks stuffed in a vice one way or the other, but at least you'd earn lots of money. I don't have much sympathy for them. Ed Sweeney's 20 stone wife back in England. Oh, she's here. Why are you sorry, Brian? She's talking about Brian Street. Oh, Paul's well. Sorry, I'm on the share. But my supposed 20 stone wife is saying why are you sorry, Brian? She's obviously staring. Well, that's what women do. She's staring. So she's itching for an argument, isn't she? She's itching for an argument. I'll tell you what, my 20 stone wife back in England, I personally find these more attractive than them. They're more attractive than you are, okay? I took that picture in Thailand. They took it through a fence, and you can tell what these dogs are thinking. They are sinister. They're thinking, when I took the picture, I know what these dogs here are thinking. They're thinking, this prick gets any closer and we're going to have him. This idiot with the camera gets any closer and we're going to have them. But I would trust those dogs more than I would trust this doggy here. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's see. Sports Directive, okay. I liked your guest yesterday. He was a friendly chap. Yeah, big round of applause to Sean Harris. Yeah, he was really, really cool. A lot of people like Sean, and hopefully he'll come on again sometime in the near future. David Martin, nice to hear from you, David. David's been on the phone in as well. So, it's nice to meet these people. Nicholas, nice to hear from you, Nicholas. Delayed Dave, the man, the legend, Edward Sweeney. Okay, fine. Thank you. Thanks for that, mate. Niall M. Good evening, mate. Natural in the buff Vietnamese lady. Venice Beach, expensive for the sake of it, and no one has any idea why. Oh yeah, I think I missed out Leo Malley. I had him watching from Venice Beach, Los Angeles. Well, I wouldn't mind being there. That sounds like a delightful place to be. I mean, does that really live up to the stereotypes of the loads of lovely fit women, with smooth skin and oil on them, and wearing thongs and silicone titties and all that? Is that? I wouldn't mind being there. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Let's see. It's Sean Jones. Nice to hear from you. Brentel, good day, Eddie. She's in. Brentel, good day, Eddie. Brentel is in Melbourne, I believe. So nice to hear from you, mate. Hope all's well. Martin Ryder, new Transformer film as a robot that's transgender. Oh my God Almighty! Oh my God! That is bloody awful. That's bloody awful. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Transformer films, but a transgender Transformer. Well, that's what transgender are. They're Transformers, aren't they? Can we get a little picture up here? Let's see if we can get a little picture up here. Let's see if we can get a little picture. Let's see. Yeah. No, we can't get that one up. Anyone else? Whatever. No, we can't get that. We can't get. I was going to try and get a picture up. I was trying to get a picture up, but I don't seem to have it. It was a picture of Rainbow, Zippy, Bungle, Jeffrey, and George. I mean, the thing is, if you actually look at George, the hippopotamus in Rainbow, that TV series, that kids' TV series that was out years ago. George was like, it was clear that he batted for the other side. Do you know what I mean? So he was like an effeminate hippopotamus. Do you know what I mean? So this idea of woke stuff, it's not really that new. We've always had them. Brian Street, great picture quality, mate. Okay, fine, thank you. Thanks for that. My new internet package is proving its worth. Ginger Joe, nice to hear from you, mate. Nicholas, I'm fed up getting itchy feet and looking at flights. Okay. To be honest with you, at this moment in time, I'm actually looking at the bigger picture. At the bigger picture. I'm thinking it's cost me money before, but maybe if I go abroad again, then the next time I go abroad, it's going to be for a very, very long time. Maybe even indefinitely. We'll see about that. John Atkinson, nice to hear from you, John. John Atkinson's a Facebook friend. He's been to so many amazing rock concerts over the years. If it's the same John Atkinson who's on Facebook. He's been some amazing. He's seen the Rolling Stones, many great acts. So he's living a good life there. Good for him. Good for him. Matthew Cartwright, good evening. AG, hardly heard any news on D-Day. How sad is that? Yeah, I was thinking that. It was June the 6th. And, not really any. You mentioned Harry and you mentioned bloody Phil and Ollie and all that crap. But they're not. But I think really they tend to celebrate D-Day on the big O's, don't they? The fours. So I think next year will be the 80th anniversary. The 80th anniversary. So I think they'll probably commemorate that one, won't they? So we'll see. We'll see about that anyway. Ian Bowden, good evening, Ed. Just wanted to say anything about Harry and Meghan makes me turn off. I was getting confused with Phil and Holly. Just say anything about Harry and Meghan makes me turn off. Sick to death about them two publicity seekers. Well, we're not really going to talk about Harry and Meghan because it's an ongoing court case, and we maybe mention it some of the time. We're not really going to talk about them. Yeah, I know they get a bit boring after a while. We're going to talk about exciting stuff like Phil and Holly. Now, no, it's just an aspect of that. Yeah, Brian Street. I would do the one on the left. Are you talking about this photograph here? Yeah, yeah, she's definitely a Roger. She is definitely a Roger. I'm going to mention just something, a different aspect of what you've heard about it anyway. You know, we'll talk about something else. Sean Harris, hi all. Saving Private Ryan or The Longest Day. Sean was on last night. He was a great guest. He likes his movies as well. Saving Private Ryan or The Longest Day. Well, I can't remember that much of The Longest Day. I'm sure it was a very, very good film. And I think it had John Wayne and many, many other people in it, didn't it? I'm sure it was a great movie. But I must admit, Saving Private Ryan, I've seen that quite a number of times. And that is amazing. That is an amazing film. I think it's probably Spielberg's best adult movie. You know, I'm not saying like, you know, all the other movies he made were for kids. I'm just saying like, you know, a movie like for a more adult audience. That for a movie that's not family entertainment, even though like all films are supposedly entertainment. But I think Saving Private Ryan was a marvelous, marvelous, marvelous movie. And Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks has, you know, played many, many roles, but I actually think Tom Hanks, that is actually his most impressive performance because he's very, very commanding and very, very human in it, and it's a marvelous film. Saving Private Ryan, definitely one of the best war movies ever. But Borders Boy, Eddie Holly Willoughby looks like Nuki the bear. I wouldn't mind a bit of Nuki with her. Nicholas, okay. Matthew Cartwright, they're thinking we're on the menu. Okay. You talking about these? These delightful animals. Hey, just look at him. Look at him in the far right, the one in the foreground. Just he have a shifty looking look about him. Doesn't he have a shifty look? You know, he's like, you know, he's there, but he's pretending he's not noticed me. You know, you get any closer, you asshole, and I'm gonna have you. That's what he's thinking, isn't he? Oh, and his mates there are pretending that they didn't. Oh, they're just waiting for me to just step a little bit closer. Sly bastards. Sly bastards. Matthew Cartwright there thinking we're on the menu. Martin Ryder, Phil's remark of Joseph and the amazing technical and dream goals. Any team will do. Okay, fairness. Yeah. AG. Ed, can you, that gormless bastard Bernie Winters. Now, for those who don't know Bernie Winters, there was a lot of really, really, really great comedy duos around in the 1970s. Mike and Bernie Winters were not one of them. They were crap. But Bernie was the funny one, and he had this amazing catchphrase. I mean, that was his catchphrase. I mean, how crap was that? Absolutely. So anyway, that's that gormless bastard Bernie Winters. Okay, enough of that. You can actually see them on YouTube, Mike and Bernie Winters show, just to see how crap it is. There's one of them with Sasha the Stell, and even get him on a song with the E. Oh my God, how nauseatingly shite it is. Jason Finch, I wanted to date Thai girls. Well, there's still time for you, isn't there? Plenty of time. Sean Harris, Hot Gossip or Hill's Angels. Oh, Hot Gossip was sexy when Hill's Angels were lovely. I mean, they were lovely then. Benny Hill as Hill's Angels, didn't he? All those lovely birds with no tattoos and real, you know, natural wobbly bits and all that kind of stuff. Hot Gossip were, you know, sleazy, but in a very, very, I don't know. You know, I'd rather have them than my 20-stone wife any day. Let's see, McLaren Clive, Mr. Steady, the Eddie, Edinburgh Fine Kingdom of Thailand. How's it hanging? Okay, well, it's hanging okay, mate. I'm in the middle of summer here, supposed heat wave. I'm wearing this hoodie thing to keep me warm, and I'm sipping a hot chocolate. But apart from that, it's fine. Oh, nice to hear from you anyway. Jason Finch says, Eddie, I wanted to date Bargers. What's stopping you? Let's see. McLaren, Rainbow, okay. Ian Barber, McMaster gone teetotal, it seems. Yeah, I've seen that. Apparently he's suffering from, you know, ill health, isn't he? So I like the McMaster. Yeah, really, really does some great videos and very, very hard working. So hopefully, wish him a speedy recovery. Anyway, who's this? Paddy Doe. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Paddy Doe. Hello, sweet. Okay, hello to you too. Donald Trump. Nice to hear from you, mate. Yeah, Barry from EastEnders. Just been to Hamburg last weekend to see Metallica. Bloody amazing. About to see them again next year. Oh, that sounds good. I mean, Hamburg's a great city. Well worth a visit. And Metallica. Well, they're not one of my favourite, the heavy rock bands, but I wouldn't mind seeing them. Yeah, that sounds good. Good for you, mate. Anyway, good for you. No name. I've been to Omaha Beach. Amazing place. Oh, well, good for you. Good for you. Let's see. Let's see. Sean Harris. Oh, look, look, Zippy Jeffrey going out. Well, put more petrol on him, George. Okay, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Rainbow was a scream. Rainbow was really, it was absolutely Zippy, Bungle, and Jeffrey. Who can forget them? But George was the very, very, effeminate one, and effeminate is impossible to get an effeminate hippopotamus. Whereas Zippy, he was a sly little bastard, wasn't he? Zippy was a sly, sly bastard. Richard O. Ed today, diesel was cheaper than petrol at Costco for the first time. 130.31 litre result. Costco. Well, I don't ever use, places like Esso and Shell. I don't know about Costco, but good for you anyway. Yeah, Mister. It's Sumo trying to kill me, idiot. Okay, I hope you get a bit better now. Brian Street, Ed, a film you might like, Mark Wahlberg, Contraband. I like Mark Wahlberg. I mean, he's really, really charismatic. Contraband, I haven't seen that one, but he has actually he's been in a few good movies. I'll have to check that one out. Okay, thanks for that. Anyway, let's see, Paddy Doyle. So I didn't go Monaghan because I had the squares. Well, it'd be a bit embarrassing. I'd hold back for that. I'd abstain from having fun with the ladies if I was in that situation. Yeah, Mike, you've seen Basketball Diaries, Ed. Basketball Diaries. I'm not really a basketball. Well, that's not really a British sport. I haven't actually seen that one. But any good? Is it any good? Paddy Doyle. Anyone else had the squirt while mongering on this is not the same Paddy Doyle, by the way. It was a very, very good YouTube channel. This is an imposter. This is. Yeah. AJ, that Holly is dead false. Have you seen on that TV show with Ginger with the band's arm? Dead crude. Oh, well, with Ginger, the TV show. Oh, you're talking about Keith Lemon. I kind of like Keith Lemon, but a lot of people find him really, really annoying. Yeah, that's right. I mean, Holly's a gorgeous looking woman, but Keith Lemon, I mean, he's not to everyone say. I think you either love him or hate him. I think he's quite funny, but some people find him really annoying. Andrew Hammond, I hope you're better now, Andrew. Anyway, I know you've had a bit of a hospitalization. I hope you're better now. I had your recommendation last night. I watched the movie Safe. Wow, what a terrific movie! And Jason Statham, superb, absolutely. He's been a lot of great movies. I love Jason Statham. Brilliant, brilliant. He's like the modern day Charles Bronson, but I think he's a better actor. Okay, nice to hear from you. David Coleman, hey, what the hell are you doing on here now, Eddie? What the hell am I doing here? Well, you say that I don't belong here or something? Nice to hear from you anyway. Richard O, did you ever watch The Hitman on Air? Yeah, I remember The Hitman. That was actually quite a sensation. It started as a late night. It started as a late night, show, didn't it? About a nightclub. The Hitman was that Pete Waterman, wasn't it? Who was he was a record producer, but he always looked to me like a used car salesman. He looked like someone you wouldn't trust or you wouldn't even like if you knew him personally. But he had the blonde, what was her name, Michaela Strachan, and it was in a nightclub and people dancing, and it was an amazingly simple formula, but everyone I knew seemed to watch it because I seem to recall I think they showed it very late at night in the early hours of the morning after the nightclubs had finished. I seem to recall that. I said, yeah, I used to watch some of that. It was the kind of brain dead entertainment that you'd watching it. What am I watching this for? And then 2 hours later, you're still watching it. Yeah, Mister says Trump tried to kill me along with the lying mass media. That's very, very bad. Mark Hollick, hello, Mark. How are you? Nice to hear from you, mate. I hope all's well. I hope all's well in Minnesota. Anyway, it must be a lovely place. I'm stuck here in England right now. It looks like I'm in Thailand, but you can tell it's England because I'm wearing, I'm wearing a hoodie here to keep me warm. Nice to hear from you. Ian Bowden, I used to record Top of the Pops on Betamax just in case hot gossip were on. They were sexy. They were absolutely sexy women. I think Mary Whitehouse put the boot in, didn't she? And then once she put her on, and that's when they really become, famous. Borders boy, Zippy was a little snitchy. I didn't like Snippy, sniffing a little snitchy person. Mark Hollick, I shop at Costco, good savings. I'm not actually familiar with that one. Is that an American store, or I don't actually know that one? I seem to have missed that one. Nice to hear from you anyway. I just stick to the co-op now anyway. Let's see, Dave the Rave. Hey, Eddie, any holidays planned soon? I haven't got anything planned at the moment. I'm really quite happy to just be sort of laid back and see what's happening right now. Let's see. Dennis Stoikvach, going to Varna, Bulgaria next week. I've been there. Where the Eastern Europeans choose to go, not to the more expensive westernized resorts in Bulgaria. Will be good to see slim women again. Varna, I went to Varna in the Black Sea coast. I went. It was in the month of September, which should have been a good month weather-wise, but I was unlucky because I was unlucky because it was raining at that time, so I wasn't actually able to go to any of the any of the beaches or anything like that. I never made it there. But will be good to see slim women again. Yet they are the very, very lean. The Bulgarians, they are the very, very lean race of people, and the women. There's some beautiful, gorgeous Bulgarian girls. They really, really are. They're probably a lot of them have left Bulgaria now, but they are beautiful, very, very good looking race of people. Paul Hoskin, I've got a zippy gimp mask. You dirty old man. Trust you. AG, Pan's people were the sexiest dancers for me without trying to be. Oh, absolutely. I've seen a picture on Facebook of Pan's people in the early 70s, and my God almighty, lovely, smooth skin, no tattoos, nice, womanly, wobbly bits. Oh, my, absolutely gorgeous. Wonderful, wonderful. David Martin, Basketball Diaries, great movie. Really, I'll have to catch up with that one. I tend to watch too many action movies. That's my problem. That's my problem. Sean Harris, hippos kill more people than crocodiles. Lethal things. Yeah, apparently the hippos are very, very territorial. They are very, very they think their territory is being threatened. They can get very, very nasty. Okay, Sean Harris, would you rather be the $6 million man or the bionic woman? I wouldn't want to be a woman. I wouldn't wouldn't want to, you know, man's bloody private parts shoved up. I wouldn't want any of that. I'd rather be a man. So yeah, I'd be the $6 million man. And yeah, you know, I used to enjoy. Lee Majors was pretty good. He played a great part. I think the Bionic Woman, it was, you know, it was kind of overhyped because the $6 million man was so popular. But then when the Bionic Woman come out, I mean, it was like a novelty. It was okay for a while, but I think people got a bit fed up with that, didn't they? After a while. And Andrew Hammond, thanks, Eddie. Out of hospital now, got 2 weeks recovery before I return to work. Okay, well, best of luck to you. But it looked like it was, I think it was an eye operation that Andrew had. So best of luck to you. You know, I hope you recovered well, mate. Anyway, all the best to you. McLaren F1 race, Michaela Strachan. Oh yes, she was. Yeah, she was a, you know, really. She used to wear those tight black leggings, which were popular in the 1980s. Oh, lovely stuff. Boris Johnson. Good evening, Ed. Thank you for not bringing up my WhatsApp scandal during my premiership. Oh, don't mention it, Boris. Don't mention it. Let's see, Mr. Plausible deniability of present does not make. Okay, yeah, okay. You know, hope all's well, mate. David R. Cupperton. I tell you what, you are quite right. Nice to hear from you, David R. And while you're there, David R., I think we're going to play a quick jingle. I'm going to have my second cup of hot chocolate. Back in a mo. Okay, there you go. Just made me think of sort of something there. Do you find jingles to be incredibly annoying? I mean, it's not so much that they're annoying; it's that they're so bloody repetitive. I try and keep, you know, any jingles or anything like that down to a minimum. But I had GB News playing, and sometimes Talk Radio plays it on YouTube, and their jingles just are so, and they just go on forever and ever. And some of them, it's the same old stuff, and they're so bloody annoying. I think I'll do my own little jingle, but I won't do anything annoying like they do. Anyway, David, nice to hear from you. Bobby Crush, Costco, where you can buy a cake that will feed 36 people. Is that a biblical reference? Nice to hear from you. Carl D, nice to hear from you. Mark Oleg, looks to be around 12.77 Celsius there. You mean here in England? Yeah, apparently. I mean, I'm hearing like there's going to be really high temperatures come, but then on the news, like they've changed their mind about it. You know, there's only one rule with the British weather: you get what you're given. You know, thankfully, at least it's not raining anyway. Johnny B. Hi, Ed. My sister has spent thousands on a holiday to Gran Canaria, and Storm Oscar has just rocked up. Have you experienced such atrocities? Well, no, never actually, not actually a storm. I have seen a storm. I spent quite a lot of time in Turkey over the years. I had, a nice apartment there, and really, when they had a storm there, Jesus, you knew about it. That's what you call a storm. It was like all the elements were attacking the apartment block. And I used to, from my balcony, I used to, there was this big mountain across the road. And when a storm came, it was brilliant because I'd sit on my balcony and watch the mountain lighting up. It was kind of like a sound and light show. It was wonderful. But I think if you went on holiday, you wouldn't want anything like that. It's okay when you're living in a place, but when you're on holiday, my commiserations to it. Because Gran Canaria is lovely. To have a storm ruin it like that, that's fairly dreadful. Richard, though, Costco is great, but you need a car because you'll always spend 100 to 200 with ease. I've stopped shopping at Asda now. Well, I haven't been to Asda supermarket for a long time, but there I would often spend about that amount of money because, you're going around the aisles, but of course I'm not drinking alcohol anymore, so that makes a big difference. I'm saving a lot of money, by not drinking alcohol. Bobby Crushes Lisa Dale a hippo, a dangerous women. Lisa Hale makes a hippo look sexy. Humongous. Thought I saw a hippo on safari in Africa last year, but it was just Lisa Dale on her annual trip to the Gambia. Very, very nicely put. Very, very nicely put. Oh, let's see now. Mark Ollick, I like the episode when the $6 million and 19-cent man for Bigfoot. I was more into the Rockford Files during the 70s. I think I've seen that when he fought Bigfoot. But that was really, really entertaining show, the $6 million man. The Rockford Files, cool, great series. And of course, James Garner, he was a fine actor, very, very fine actor. Geez, Dickie B. Everyone's going everywhere. Even though they should be in Cardiff tonight watching Coldplay. That sounds good. But I forgot I had tickets and booked Greece for a week. What an idiot. Oh, whatever. He means Greece, the country, not the musical. I think about booked a concert. I think I wouldn't forget it so easy. But anyway, well, at least you're in a lovely place. At least you're having your holiday. So good luck to you. Paul Hoskin, how much would the $6 million man cost today? Probably about 10 times as much with inflation. Probably about 10. Yeah, well, I would have thought so. Would have thought so. AG, Michaela Strachan on wildlife shows on TV. Still well worth a Roger. Yeah, I have actually seen it. Bobby Crush, when Eddie booted into that bamboo walls off for 38 quid, and I know, to be honest with you, the island of what was it? Colipe, one of the most exotic islands, beautiful islands, a lot of really, really good stuff about that island. But I think that bamboo hut spoiled it for me. I will not stay in a bamboo hut again. It was not nice. Loads of mosquitoes, and you could hear, everyone else doing whatever they're doing in all the rooms and everything. I wasn't really, that kind of spoiled it for me, to be honest with you. Sean Harris, don't know if it's true. Male Bulgarian weightlifter who decides to transition to a woman broke all the women lifting records, then decided he wanted to be a man again. It's a funny old world, isn't it? Let's see. Johnny B, I was watching a guy filming Pattaya at night, and there were loads of working girls, but no men. Would you feel overwhelmed? Well, that's what it. Yeah, you know, I've been there when it's been like that. I mean, you know, to be honest with you, when you're in a situation where there's loads of girls around, when you go into a bar and you're the only bloke there, you kind of wish that other guys would come in there to take the pressure off you. And a place which I found like that quite recently was in Phnom Penh in Cambodia. I mean, I went into some of these bars and yeah, they were surrounded by lots of lovely women, but there were hardly any other customers there. So it's a bit intimidating after a while. You know what I mean? So it does, yeah, it doesn't really feel right. But funnily enough, I went into one bar and there was loads of lovely bears there, and they were surrounding me, and I thought that's fantastic. That is being surrounded by all these lovely birds. And I picked one of the birds, and I was smooching up with it. And somehow I picked the wrong one. Out of all those women, I picked the wrong one because some geezer, some old bastard comes in and gazumps me. Apparently that was a regular fella. Trust me, out of all those women, and here I go picking the wrong one. Oh, Christ almighty. Dickie B, do you find you're piddling now, Ed? You've been off the booze. Whenever I give it a rest, funnily enough, I'm probably a little bit less. A little bit less. I'm drinking hot chocolate and I'm still drinking lots of fluids, but probably less, to be honest with you. But then again, we're going into the warmer weather now, and I think you tend to piddle more in the winter time, the colder weather. Okay, anyway, let's see. So anyway, I'll just skip through this. So let's see. Life Utopia. Just got back from Pattaya. Stayed at the Glow Hotel. Only 17 quid a night. New rooms and a lovely rooftop pool. Flew China Southern return to Heathrow for 445. So deals are there to be. Oh well, that's good. Good for you. Thanks for that info. See, the good thing about Pattaya is that you can still get good value accommodation, hotels, and all that. If you compare that to Europe, I mean, the European prices and British prices, probably especially, absolutely appalling for hotels. Absolutely. Mike, hi Ed. Have you ever experienced premature ejaculation? Well, yeah. I did. I did actually go to a fancy dress party once, and just wearing my underpants, and the doorman said to me, "What the hell have you come here as?" I said, "I'm a premature ejaculation." He said, "I can't put that down in the book." I said, "Well, just put down that I've come in my undies." Okay. Let's see. Burnt macaroni. How old are you? 61. David R. You don't buy alcohol and I don't buy food. We both say David R has lost a lot of weight. He's lost about 3 stone now. And good for him. Good for him. He's getting on a treadmill. He's still having a little bit of a drink at a weekend, but he's eating very, very much less, and he's healthy. He's lost all that weight. I haven't lost much weight, not a few pounds, but that's about it. Yeah, AJ. What happened to all the great signature tunes? Avengers, The Saints, Hill Street Blues, etc. You would know right away what was on by the great tunes. The Avengers was a wonderful. The Saints, yeah, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I think the best writer of theme tunes in that area was a guy called John Barry. He wrote the theme tunes to the Persuaders and various, and of course, who can remember? Who can bet Randall and Hopkirk and all that? Yeah, wonderful theme tunes in those days. Anyway, I'm just going to ask a little question now. Anyway, with regards to these two. Now, I'm not going to bang on and on because if you're British, then you'll probably be fed up in the media, people going on about this. To make it brief, these two presented a show called This Morning. That's Holly. She's the one on the left, and that's Ivy on the right. No, sorry, just kidding. Holly and Phil, anyway. Now, Phil came out as batting for the other side. Yeah, a couple of years back when it was fairly blandly obvious to everyone. And anyway, that's all very well. Now, Holly, who's been his co-host for donkey's years on This Morning, this popular morning show, light entertainment talk show sort of thing, she has always said that she's a really good friend with him. He's her best friend. Apparently, they even went on the holidays again. They were so close. And you would have thought that she'd know all about him anyway. And when he came out as batting for the other side, she gave him a hug, and he was shedding tears. And it was all yeah, you know, namby pamby and all that kind of stuff. But in case you don't know this, in case you know you're not aware of what's happening in Britain, he is 61 years of age. He's having a relationship with a guy who was around about teenage years, but you know, and so this is why he's had to leave this program. And then Holly came on the other day and said, you know, she's been let down and being lied to by a friend and all this kind of stuff and all this kind of stuff. So that's the background of what's going on right now. Now, people in Britain are so. People, you know, so enwrapped by this. Now, one thing I don't believe, it says, I read somewhere that now that Philip's left and Holly is you know, she seems a bit dubious to some people, like she knows more than she's letting on. Apparently, the viewers have you know, have gone down. They've lost hundreds of thousands of viewers and whatever. I don't believe that. I really don't believe that they've lost viewers, because when something sensational happens in a dull show, the viewing figures do not go down. They go up. People tune in to find out what anything sensational. So the idea that it's losing viewers, I'm very, very skeptical about that. Hot chocolate time, lovely. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Okay, so anyway, people in Britain are probably well and truly worn out and pissed off and bored shitless about this story, the Holly and Phil saga. Holly is now is now presenting the show with somebody else. She's a gorgeous woman. But anyway, the thing that I want to talk about, which no one else is talking about, so I'm going to talk about it, right? Apparently, these were best friends. Holly and Phil were best friends. And this made me think of something that I've encountered a number of times in my life about women who are best friends with gay men. Why is that? Why is it that women like gay men? Why is that? And why is that? I'm going to put this on. This is going to be a question, okay? I've never really figured it out, but I think I do know the answer. No, I'm gonna. I can't put the word GAY because it may cause a bit of controversy with the robots. Okay, so I'm gonna put this instead. You know what I mean, anyway. You know what I mean. Okay, there you go. Sorry, I can't really put what I was going to say because the YouTube robots might pick it up and demonetize the video. You know, if it's not being well. But I mean, why do women love men who baffle you and say what for? What reason? I mean, a woman. It's trendy for a woman, a girl, to say that her best friend is a gay man. Why is that? Why? I think personally the reason for that is because women feel superior to a guy like this who bats for the other side. I think they feel superior to him. He's very, very vulnerable. But I just don't get it. Some women will act in a miserable way towards guys, but as soon as a man announces he's gay, oh, he's great, he's my best friend, I love him, he's always lovely, I love him. Why is it so bloody corny? It's so corny. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to put this comment in because I've been recommended this one. Ian Bowden, Burgers is a decent Bulgarian city by the Black Sea. Okay, beach, and very few fat British bit. Loads of local stunners, nice beach bars. Oh yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, I was unlucky when I was down that way because it was raining at the time, so I never made it to the beach. But yeah, we'll definitely bear that in mind. Cheers, thanks for that. McLaren F1. Okay, medicals. Okay. Martin Ryder, Holly Booby whopped them out on live children's TV. She can bloody whop them out in my bedroom if she wants. I wouldn't say no. Stephen Tutty, because they don't feel threatened. I don't believe that. I know that's what people say. I mean, Mark says because the gay guys are not interested in having rumpy pummy with the girls. So why do women love them then? For what reason? I just think it's because they found a man that they feel superior to. I think that's the reason. The guy is vulnerable and he's got a vulnerability. And also I think it's trendy. It's trendy. You know, I've known girls, probably, you know, heterosexual girls, you know, I've known them. And they, you know, but as soon as they see a gay guy, oh, they absolutely love, oh, I love him. He's brilliant. He's lovely. I love him. I want him to be my best friend. He's like a trophy. And also there's something a little bit rebellious about it. It shows their rebellion, you know, to try and make it look like they're hip and trendy and rebellious. Yeah, you know, I think it's a bit pathetic, really. I think it's pathetic, but nevertheless, you know, they do. Women love gay men. Well, Matthew Cartwright, I think Holly's. Why have you seen them? Have you? I wouldn't mind seeing them. Brian Street says the same. Women know. Oh, okay. Have you ever seeing the way a girl, there's a certain type of girl, and I've heard a you know, not very pleasant phrase for it, a girl who likes the company of gay men. It's not a very nice phrase, so I won't repeat it. But if you've seen the way they behave, I mean, you know, gays talking, you know, in a certain way, and the girl sits there all unwrapped, and she loves this kind of effeminate. Oh, you bitch! She loves this kind of effeminate. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I've got nothing against any of these. I've got nothing against, you know, people who baff at the other side. Nothing against it whatsoever. Each their own. I'm glad that we live in a more liberated world and all that. But I just find that it's corny. I've always found it corny that women. It's like a trophy. It's like a trophy for them that, you know, she's got a gay friend. You know, it's so corny. It's so bloody corny. Mark Alec, only had you. No, it's not. I'm just making a point. Let's see. Okay, suppose that because they like male company but don't want to be hit on all the time, or worry that you know whatever. I don't think that's the reason. I don't think any of that's the reason. I don't. Yeah. Dave Litch, guy. Dave Litch, okay. Dave Litch, guys like Phil pose no sexual threat to ladies like Ollie. Yeah, but he bloody poses other threats, doesn't he? He's kind of blackened their name one way or the other. He's damaged their name so much that she has to come on a TV and publicly disown them, throw them under the bus. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I think it wasn't. I think Rod Stewart. You know, Rod Stewart's been with loads of lovely birds, but I think he has lots of friends who like baffing the other side. And I think he said, didn't he? Like, you know, they're really funny, they are, but you don't get on the wrong side of one. I think he said something like that. Rod is friends with Elton John and people like that, isn't he? Don't forget. Paul Hoskin, go-go girls love men who wear socks into the bar. Well, I never. How daring is that? Andrew Hammond, because the women know they won't get a Roger from them. They will have a Dodger. I don't. I just think. Sorry, but I don't think that's the reason at all. I think women like the company of gay men. Maybe they like it because they talk in a certain way and they're attracted to that, that femininity, and maybe there's something like that. But I just think it's because it's trendy. It's trendy to say that you've got a friend who's gay, and also because they've got a guy who they feel superior to. I think that's the reason. I think that's the reason. I think it's pathetic. There's something wrong with a girl who's you know. Well, all right, okay, I'll shut up there in case I'm getting into unpolitically correct territory. But I must say, she's a bloody good-looking woman. I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no. David Coleman, I was gone for a while. Why are we talking about this shite? Well, we got to talk about something, haven't we? Yeah, AJ, never been able to work it out. Yeah, absolutely. Mark Ollick, Eddie, there may be a gay bloke in this chat that would answer your question. It's quite possible. Oh yeah, okay. So if anyone's happy out there, then let's here's an interesting perspective on it. An interesting perspective, okay? From Brian Street. Why do we like lesbians? Okay. Do we? Do we? Do we? But I don't think it's the same. It's not the same. I mean, it's not trendy for a man to say that his best friend is a lesbian. You know, unless his best friend is a male lesbian, as in a bloke who just declares himself to be a lesbian. Because don't forget, in this day and age, anyone can declare themselves to be anything. But we don't. I mean, the problem that I have with L's. The problem I have with L's is that they come in all shapes and sizes, and they tend to be not very, very, very good looking. But I have seen some lovely L's. I've seen some lovely L's in my time. And I was going to say, yeah, I've seen some lovely L's. And what I find really inexplicable is that in terms of looks, it doesn't always pan out. I mean, look at Sam Fox. I mean, she's an L. Tilly Sam Fox. She turned out to be an L, and she ended up going with a woman who's an older woman who, not really. I mean, and also I've seen a couple of L's in a bar in Weatherspoons, funnily enough, because you tend to get quite a few of them, few L's in Weatherspoons. I've seen a couple of L's, and one of them looks really, really lovely and feminine. And the other one looks like Robert Mitchum. I've never really figured that one out. You know what I mean? Never really figured that out. I mean, I once seen a bunch of L's together. Let me just do the rest of this hot chocolate a minute. I once seen a bunch of L's together. In a bar, right? And they were sitting there, and a lot of these L's looked really, typical L's, sort of butch haircuts and short and masculine sort of looking. They all seem to look like that, except for one. And this one was a little sexy little blonde, a gorgeous little blonde, who looked younger than the others, but she looked beautiful, lovely, and feminine. And she was a little live wire. She was hyperactive and everything. And she was necking one of the other L's. She was hugging and kissing and wouldn't keep her hands off it. And I do remember some of the conversation. One of the L's said, "Let's drink up here and let's go and get a kebab." And and this L, and I'm not making this up. This beautiful feminine L, the little blonde one, said out loud for a laugh, she said, "We don't want any kebabs. We're all going to eat some fanny." You know what I mean? I thought, Jesus Christ. And as they left the place, the little blonde one was all hyper and she was grabbing all the. I thought, my God, what I'd give to be a fly in the wall, wherever they're going, whatever house they're going to end up in. I'd love to be a fly in the bloody wall in that place. So I don't get it. Like, you get a really feminine, good looking L, but you get one who looks like Robert Mitchum, you know what I mean? It just doesn't pan out, really. Okay. What's this? McLaren will feel safer. Okay. All right. Bobby Crush. I have no problem with the gays. Some of my best friends are straight. Okay. Oh well. There you go. Yeah, let's see. Paul Hosker, the girls start at the tip and work their way down to the bottom. Yeah, all right. Yeah, anything you say, Paul. Ian Bowden, there is talk about a new politically correct version of Baywatch. What's the point of no tasty, slim crumpet in skinny bikinis? Oh, I like Baywatch. Oh, Pamela Anderson. I had a video before DVDs came along. I had actually a video of Pamela Anderson. You know, her own. I think it was her Playboy video. You know, as she done the Playboy, she only in video format. I was in a shop and I couldn't resist her. I had to take it on. I put it on the video recorder. Oh my God! Oh, wow! And she was amazing, absolutely amazing, Pamela, and she was hairy then as well. She was hairy. She was like, this was like in the mid-90s. She was nice and hairy as well. Oh, lovely, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Sean Harris, I don't think L's and G's get on. G men get on well with each other. Don't they? I've never considered that. I've never got on well with L's. I've never got on well with them because once they know you're a straight guy, you're no good to them. You're no good to them. I've never made friends with an L. Not really. Not really. And I do remember one girl told me she's a lesbian. I said, "Well, what part of lesbian do you come from?" I've always wanted to say that to a girl. Glad everyone knows. Let's all go G and go to Battaya. We're no threat to bar girls. No, no, thank you. Bobby Crush. Okay, okay. I'll let you read that one there. Very, very good. Yeah, Brian Seed. I always call bar girls Polly because they have a cock or two. Okay. What's it? Mark Hollick. It's okay, Eddie. We understand. Okay. Bay and Sam on the loose again. The gay guys that hang with women are the G guys that hang with women. Can't say that word too often. The G guys that hang with women are usually more feminine than the women. Don't have to worry about losing their boyfriend to one of their hot female friends. Okay, okay, I'll think about that one. What's the Matthew Cartwright? It's not Jay if you beat them up. Well, that's a very nice. I'd say what some G men are probably hard bastards. Apparently, a lot of gangsters in there. A lot of gangsters, there's a lot of. I know Reggie, no, not Ronnie Cray. He battered for the other side, didn't he? He battered, but a lot of I was actually reading a book written by a former gangster, and he said I've never really figured out what it is with gangsters and gangs. Apparently, it's rife amongst some of them are big bastards and big hard bastards. Yeah, yeah. Bail off the loose. Did you ever notice hot women whose friends are? Yeah, yeah. It's kind of unfair. That it's kind of unfair. I mean, the hot woman's going to get all the attention, and who's going to go with two-ton sassy? You know what I mean? It's like Raquel Welch having a night out with her friend Lisa Dale. Stephen Tutty, TV shows are full of yeah, that's true. As they seem to be able to connect better with you. I'm not the case. I mean, some of them are very, very good. I mean, Alan Carr, uh, Paul O'Grady was good. What's his? I don't like that. I don't like that. What's his name? Graham. No, I don't like him. Don't like him. Yeah, Tim Johnson. Women see G's as a fashion statement. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Sean Harris. Okay, okay, okay. David Goldman. The West is in decline. All of this G stuff will kill us in 100 years. Well, I won't be alive then anyway. So let's start about this stuff. Talking about it. We got to talk about something, mate. This is a variety show. Bobby Crush. Most G friends that women have are nothing more than cult minders. Okay, it's like a novelty. It's like a novelty. I mean, but what annoys you, and I've known a few girls, a few of them, quite a few of them. It's as soon as they talk to a gay man or a man who's obviously gay, they go all gooey and girlish and isn't he great? Isn't he great? Isn't he? He's my friend. He is. He's my. Hear this, everyone. I've got a gay friend. I've got a gay friend. And yeah. It's corny. It is so corny. You know what I mean? Dennis Stoiker, you're spot on, Ed. It's trendy. Okay. Absolutely. Mark, a little heavy on the eyebrow mascara for my taste. Okay. Bobby Crush. I had to knock it with a G neighbour. He was a horrible man, but he had lovely curtains and cushions. Love it. Mark Alec, yes, in a three-way with sandwich. Didn't Sean mention something about a sandwich yesterday? Lovely. Simon in Siam. Holly is okay, but I'd rather have my way with Amanda. Well, she's a good-looking woman as well. She's a good-looking woman. Let's see. Sean Harris, agree with you, Marco. Okay. Who's this? Who's it? Lewis. I only like hotels, not a rough-looking pair of bulldogs. Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, I mean, if you watch like porn, so a lot of the women they say to drop it. It's part and parcel with a female to be, doing it with other girls and all that as well. I mean, a man would be reluctant, not for $1 million. You know what I mean? What's it? Yeah, David Coleman doesn't like this chat. Can't please everyone, David. Can't please everyone. Mark Ollie, maybe Eddie likes to be dominated. Eddie, I don't like to be dominated. I don't like to be dominated. I once met, not saying how I met, a beautiful, absolutely beautiful, stunning Greek girl, and she was blonde, whatever. Well, she was shaving downstairs because you can't really tell when she was a real blonde anyway. But she basically showed me something that I didn't like. As a no chance. She showed me a pair of handcuffs. She said, "You like these? You like that? You like that?" We sod that for a game of soldiers. No way would I trust a woman putting me in handcuffs. No bloody way. No way. Definitely not for me. Sean Harris, for 4,000 baht, you can sometimes get a couple of bar girls to go back with you. Okay. Okay, for a couple of, okay, that's okay. Mark Oleg, Eddie, what is your next question? It's coming up soon because I think we've made the point. But we will talk about other things anyway. But I'm just saying, she's a good looking woman. Holly's a good looking woman. But that's it. We've had enough of Phil and all. Some vloggers just talk nothing other than this because it's because it gets the viewing figures. You know what I mean? So I haven't talked to you much about it. Whatever happens to Phil or Holly, I don't know, and I don't care really. Anyway, yeah, Bobby Crush. Most elves I know look like the cast of prisoners. Oh yeah, absolutely, bloody awful, bloody awful. Let's see. Sean Harris, didn't Pam make a video with Tommy Lee? I believe so, but I don't think it was a very good video. I didn't actually see that one. I don't know. I don't know if it was any good. I didn't actually see that one. Mark Oleg, I saw that video. Do you mean the one? Yeah. Yeah, Mark, Baywatch and the bouncer was nice. The video of Pam, she was a gorgeous looking woman when she came on. But I used to watch Baywatch, even though it was a load of crap. It was corny as hell. I didn't watch it for the storyline. I watched it for all those lovely, lovely women. Absolutely lovely. Paul Hoskin, why do women have breast implants when it looks unnatural? They have it because because they've got little they got little titties and they want bigger ones. That's basically it. Hey, now Ian Barton, if you lived in Thailand, Ed, would you strive to learn Thai and eat more cheap, healthy local food? If I lived in Thailand, would strive to learn Thai. Well, I would try. I would if I lived there. I probably would make the effort to try and learn a bit of Thai. But eat more cheap, healthy local food. Yeah, probably. Well, I've gone away with my diet by giving up the alcohol. Whether I'd go back on the alcohol when I'm abroad is another matter. But but as for the cheap, healthy local food, I'm not a big fan of Thai food. I must admit, I'm not really a big fan of. I've tried a bit of it, but I prefer Chinese food. I like Chinese food. I like chow mein and I like Chinese cuisine. But I don't know. It depends what happens. Yeah, space is here. I'm gonna get that off the screen anyway. Yeah, space. Where is space? Space is here. Space. My granddad was abducted by aliens 2 years ago, but now I'm in. Well, to mean Albanians. To you, but now I'm in contact with an alien who says he is safe. Should I report this info to the authorities, or do you think he will be returned safely by an? Don't trust them bloody aliens. They're coming here all the time in dinghies. Don't trust them. Okay. Yeah, inbound. They won't get it, but they want a real. They want to. Yeah, that's good. Good comment. Good comment. Good comment. Okay. Okay. So anyway, we're going to talk about some. So we're going to talk about something else anyway. Yeah, Bobby Crush. A woman handcuffed me and I hated it. I should never have robbed that leg of lamb from Tesco. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so Martin Ryder. I'm getting a pure thought of Julia Hartley Brewer in a PVC catsuit. I'm not into kinky stuff. But she's a good looking woman. She's a good looking woman. I hear that she is she's really really good and outspoken. But I must admit I've never actually managed to watch her for more than a couple of minutes because I kind of get bored with what she's talking about. To be honest with you. Ian Bowden, where has Lisa Dale gone? She's never seems to be on here anymore. What have you done with her, Ed? It's not what we've done with her. It's I'm sure that she's having her fun somewhere. I'm pretty sure that she's having her fun somewhere. I think we lost a picture of Lisa Dale anyway. We've lost a picture of her. Let's see, where is she? Oh, she's having a fun in Gambia anyway. I think we've outsmarted Lisa Dale. Eddie has a lock. Marco, Eddie has her locked up in the basement. Oh, okay. So Kiki and Jasmine. Pam Anson was at her hottest in Home Improvement. That was prior to Baywatch. I don't recall seeing that one. Mark Alec Lockyer was a looker back then. Not so much now. Oh, okay. Well, they all go downhill a bit, don't they? Sean Harris. As you get older, it gets difficult to learn a language. Okay, absolutely. I should imagine so because I think you get lazy. Well, what's the old saying? You can't teach an old dog new tricks or anything like that. David Coleman. I can get by in a few different languages now. I never understand why people don't try to learn more. I thought I'd learned a bit of Spanish before I went to South America, and I know Brazil is Portuguese, But I thought I'd learned, I'd mastered a little bit of it. But when I tried to speak it, they just looked at me, blankly as if to say, "Okay, what the hell is this man saying?" A lot of them couldn't understand my accent. Let's see. Okay. Paul Hoskin. Has anyone heard what the bar girls say about Farangs when they think the Farang can't understand? Oh, I get I get the gist. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they do. Yeah, Bobby Crush. I think Eddie should learn some Thai, as it would help him order food more easily. What's Thai for pork chops, chips, and peas? Oh yeah, okay, very good, very good. Yeah, Ian Bound, keep your home secure. Missy wants to make another video. Is the bastard still frail behind bars where he belongs? Apparently, this YouTuber who's been burgling people's homes so that he can make videos of them. It sounds a bit sick, really. But I think he should be locked up. Anyone, I mean, entering somebody's home without permission is a bloody that's capital punishment. That is. Englishman in Malta. Malta must be getting the tail end of that storm. Been wet and windy a few days now. Still around 25 Celsius. Oh, okay. Nice to hear from you anyway, Englishman in Malta. Yeah, Legan says, Eddie, Pam was pretty when she first appeared in Baywatch, but the implants and lifestyle took its toll on her. I liked Yasmin Bleak back then. She was a love. Oh, they were all some lovely women there. I used to love Baywatch. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to be back in a moment. Back in a moment. Okay, so I'm back. Yeah, back. Let's see. Englishman in Malta. I stayed in a hut in the north once in Chiang Dao in northern Thailand. The bathroom with a hole in the roof. I think the worst accommodation. Well, I've stayed in I stayed in a couple of crap accommodations in recent times, but I think that bamboo hut in Koh Lipe, never again. No, never again. Let's see, David Coleman. What are we talking about now? Mizzy, the YouTuber. Apparently, this is somebody who's just entering people's homes to make videos. Let's see, Bobby Crush. I've never seen Eddie happier when he was at Scorebirds. I've never seen a man so happy. And there was a buffet. Scorebirds was wonderful. I'm still smarting because they took one of my videos down. They took they took one of my videos down. I've still got it, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I actually don't know what I'm going to do with it. But Scorebirds was the pool party in Angeles City, Philippines, which was terrific. I mean, for the tenner, there's a couple of videos still on the other channel that you can watch. But the third video I made, it lasted about half an hour before YouTube. I did what it is. I mean, there was a girl I called the cheeky girl. She was trying to steal the attention. She was pulling her knickers, up her ass, all kinds of stuff. Okay, okay. Anyway, super adventures. Absolutely. So, is anybody? Yeah, I'll throw the questions to you. Anyone got any subjects that they want to talk about for the last hour and 16 minutes? Because I've talked about a fair bit. Let me just have a little teensy weensy look at my list. Let me see now. Let me see now. Okay. Okay. So anyway, let's see. Let's a car bill for half the year. Let's see. Sean Adams. Wasn't there a dirty mag called Scorebirds? Or was it play? I think it was called Playbirds as well. It was the old top shelf stuff. Scorebirds. It was wonderful. I think all the vloggers went to Scorebirds at the time. I think at the time it was, and I'd happily go there again. But I've heard that they're not allowing photography there anymore or whatever. I'm not so sure whether it's open. Momac, I want AI to take over things humans are aboard an interaction nowadays. So, what is the future of AI? I mean, what do you actually think? Because it's been in the news an awful lot recently that it's going to take, and we should be afraid of it. But the most intelligent comment I've heard was from a guy who said before it can pose any kind of threat, you're looking about 50 years into the future before it can even begin to pose any threat. So we've talked about AI again before, but actually we've talked about it before. But it's people are getting more and more worried about it. I think when I think when it will tire out pretty soon. People will get tired of talking about it. Some people will be worried about AI, but then when nothing really drastic happens, it will be all forgotten about. Mark Alec, technological singularity. Okay, okay. Bayou, Tom, and the loose AI will get around copyright. Alex Hammond, who remembers the comic Viz? It was good. It was good. It was from Newcastle, wasn't it? It was very, very funny. It was very, very funny, very foul mouth, but it kind of played out for a reason, didn't it? Yeah, let's see. AJ, is there any future in buying a petrol car? Well, diesel is better value than petrol. I know diesel might cost a little bit more, but it's a petrol car. You don't get as good value out of petrol cars. I get far better value out of diesel cars than I do out of petrol cars. But also diesel, things are changing. I've been reluctant to buy a brand new car at this moment in time. There's so much stuff is changing. Bobby Crush, this AI technology is amazing. I've got a kettle there, and when the water boils, it turns itself off. That's state of the art. That is. Guy, AI will be fully sufficient within 10 years. Say goodbye to the jobs you have. I don't know about that. I very very doubt that. I mean, especially driving jobs. I think driving jobs have got a long, long, long way to go before robots will replace them. I really do. I mean, If you want to put, AI robots to use, start getting them to fill in the bloody potholes. That's the first thing they can do. Englishman and Malta. Oh, come on, Eddie. It did an N. Is that from Viz? Is it? Bobby Crush Viz. Streaky bacon can be used as skin grafts on burnt pigs. Yeah, okay, that sounds like the kind of thing. Yeah, Bayou. Plus, they're working on programs that can write books, movie plots, etc. Plus, they're working on programs that write books, movie plots. They're working on it, but it's still got a long way to go. I tried to log into it. Was a ChatGPT the other day, and it said that their computers were down. It said something like that. I thought I'd experiment with it, but it said it's not registering online at this moment. There's a technical issue. So AI has got off to a really, really good start for me anyway. David Coleman, how far out is Zone 3 in London from the middle of London? I found a good hotel. It says five tube stops. Zone 3. What I do know is, if you go outside central London, I mean, central London is where all the historical stuff is. But if you go out some of those areas outside of central London, bloody dives there. I would avoid them like the plague. Zone 3, not quite sure about that one. Yeah, Mark Ellis says more like 2060, 2075, if even then. After AI, we have to reach AGI. Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, when you think about it, we're now 23 years into the 21st century, and it's been a disappointment. Didn't you think when you were growing up in the 60s and 70s that by now we'd all have our own personal spaceships, we'd have flying cars and all that kind of stuff? It's never happened. It's probably possible, but the expense of it all, I don't think. We thought by now we're going to be having holidays on Mars, so that's never ever happened. So I don't think, like as Mark says, more like 2060 to 75. Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll all be dead by then anyway. Kippo Macmac, checking out the checkout girls is no more, thanks to AI. Let's see. Sean Harris, two versions of Max Headroom in the UK. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Max Headroom was bloody good for fun. He done some hilarious stuff. Bayou Tom on the loose again. I've seen robot waiters in Thailand. I haven't seen robot wait, but I've seen those Dalek things that go around the airports. Traveller lad, Tesla will replace drivers. They can already self-drive. More robot errors on the roads than their driverless cars. Oh, come on. I don't know what American roads are like, but in Britain, there is no way I can see driverless cars really taking place on British roads. British roads are bloody terrible. The amount of potholes and whatever. And especially, I live in a rural area. You want to see the rural roads. A driverless car. I can't believe a driverless car would be safe going along. As well, it'd be safe if there's no people in it, but it wouldn't be safe for other people. I can't believe a driverless car could cope with the. I mean, I've been driving for years. I struggle to cope with some of the roads in Britain. That's got a long way to go. Thailand found ChatGPT just wasn't ready for you, Eddie. Okay. Who's this? Somebody's phoning me here. I think we missed that one. I think I've actually missed that one. That was a phone call, but I've missed it. That was a phone call, but I've missed it. Am I hearing you? Hello? Yes, hello. Hello, yeah, who is this? It's Clive. It's It's Clive McLaren. Yes. Okay, Clive. How are you, Clive? Can we hear Clive? Can we hear Clive? Nice to hear from you, Clive. Anyway, good of you to phone in. So, what? How are you this evening? Anyway.
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you.
Okay, that's
The only topic you haven't discussed yet is both. I'm rather annoyed with this because you touched on Philip Schofield, the G's and the L's.
yeah, yeah. So what would you like to talk about, Clive?
You were going on about AI and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You realise Apple stopped auto-correcting an expletive and correcting it for ducking.
Is it really?
Yeah, I had a few iPhones. Probably about 5-6 years ago now. I probably had about 3.
Yes.
And every time you wanted to swear, it put ducking, and it was really annoying.
Yeah. Have you ever watched the subtitles on the news, Clive? I mean, some of them are taking the Mickey. I mean, some of the stuff that they come up with. I mean, there's what on that Thai show, the Thai information show. Whenever someone says "Sawadi crap," the subtitles say "Sweaty Club." That's it's all kinds of stuff like that. I'm sure someone does it deliberately.
It's like a child typing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, this is Clive McLaren. Anyway, which is if anybody can. So what would you like to talk about, Clive? Anything interesting tonight?
I never talk about anything interesting.
You don't talk about anything interesting.
No, I never have any ideas.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, we don't want to talk about Prince Harry, do we?
Oh no, because I mean, some people, he gets. We will talk about Prince Harry. We will talk about him when the case is over. Like we'll see about the outcome of it. But that is something that's worth mentioning. Something that's worth mentioning. I mean, how about this for the question? I know I put something like this on there before, but anyway, here we go. Do you have any sympathy for rich celebs? I mean, I see, Harry, taking the newspapers to court simply because, they said, I think he's accused them of breaking a relationship up that they had and all that. I don't have an ounce of sympathy for these people. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all, most people in Britain and other places are suffering now with the high cost of living. Everything. These people have got all the money, more money than they know what to do with, and they claim that they're hard done by. Yeah, Mark Oleg. Harry was in court today. Yeah, Harry was in court today. Yeah, he was. I didn't even bother watching. I found it really, really laborious watching him. To be honest with you, we'll see what the outcome is anyway.
What made me laugh is like they had Frogmore House, didn't they?
Yes.
Which is in Windsor Grounds.
Yes.
And they were going to get it rent-free, but they said, oh, no, we'll pay rent, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Then it all blew up, and then Harry had a paddy.
Yeah.
And buggered off to America, which we're actually still not quite sure like whether he's going to actually be able to go back there. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if he's admitted to taking these,
yeah,
I don't understand how he'll be able to get back into the country, because once you've said, oh yeah, I've taken these and all the rest of it, they're quite strict on it, aren't they? But if he goes back and there's nothing said about it, it's down to privilege, isn't it? It's down to his status.
Yeah, but we did discuss this the other day, though. But I can't understand really how a lot of these celebrities openly admit to taking illegal substances, and yet they don't have the police knocking at the door. I mean, if the rest of us, if you or me, said publicly that we do this, we'd have the old Bill knocking on our door, dragging us out of bed in the early hours of the morning. And yet these celebs seem to get away with it, don't they?
I've taken drugs before, but you don't go out broadcasting unless you're on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I've never taken anything like that. I mean, if somebody offered me You know, and I wouldn't know what the hell that was. I think that looks like bloody rat poison to me.
I've only ever taken like soft, so-called soft things but I mean, it's each their own, isn't it? But
yeah,
you soon you grow up and all that. He needs to grow up a bit. I mean, he's gonna. I just don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah. Anyway, AG says no sympathy for them, more sympathy for all the people in the chat who may be struggling. Well said, AG. Very, very nicely said. Very, very nicely said. Yeah, Bobby Crush has made a comment there. If Harry is taking these, then social services should take his kids. Well, that's a big, I suppose that is a big question, isn't it? Really? Okay, so Hard Tulip wants to talk about ballet. No, I don't think that's a good subject somehow. Anyway, so listen, I'm going to finish. Yeah, Englishman and Malta. Englishman and Malta, both G's and L's are masculine and feminine in their partnership. Okay, fine. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, it's 1.5 hours anyway, so I'm going to close this stream now anyway. So we've sometimes some subjects are better than others. Yeah, Thailand Found is saying, who was Harry's real dad? Well, they probably do know by now who his real dad is, but nobody seems to want to make it public.
Because he's gassed at the end of the day. He's next in line to the throne, he's heir to the throne now.
Yeah.
And he can't say a thing. I mean, Harry's flirting out and dragging, old stuff up and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for William because, William's got feelings.
Yeah.
His mother as well. And, Harry it's almost as if he's just doing it for the cash. I wouldn't mind betting Netflix is in the bloody courtroom.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Oh, it's all. But I mean, the thing is, the problem is people who are buying his book and making him rich and watching his next. I haven't watched it. What's that Netflix show? I mean, it looks like a load of crap. There's so much good stuff on Netflix. The last thing I'd want to watch is the whinging Harry. Let's see, Bilbo Council. Yeah.
Just get on with bone in Meghan, just get on with it. He's living the dream.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be in the movies before long as well because Netflix will probably get him starring in something with Meghan. Just go and do the Hollywood experience if you can go back home, of course.
Absolutely.
I mean, and just leave everybody to it. Nobody's interested, are they? Let's face it.
Yeah.
We all found, remote, when Diana went, that wasn't very nice, but.
Yeah,
he's just dragging stuff up, and all he's doing is basically hurting himself.
Yeah. But the thing,
no closure.
Yeah, the thing is, Clive. I mean, I think a lot of us, sometimes fool ourselves when we say we're not interested in the royal family because when something sensational happens, we want to know about it. I mean, I thought the Duchess of Park, Sarah, gold digging Sarah, who would sell secrets of Prince Andrew. I mean, I thought she was a terrible person, absolutely terrible. And yet the fact is that if it came out in the news that she'd been shagging someone else or she'd been selling someone else down the river for money, I'd probably want to read it. I'd want to know about it because it would give me a good laugh.
I think what though, old Fergie's daughter, flipping heck now.
Yeah.
I mean, she's grown up to be quite a woman, isn't she?
Actually, I haven't. Some of them look a bit sort of peculiar. And what I could never understand.
She hasn't taken her mother's, I say in a sarcastic manner, good looks. Put it that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't actually seen it. But what I could never understand is why does Prince Andrew was shagging all these gorgeous models and nude models and all this kind of stuff, and then he ended up with the Duchess of Park. I always thought that was an arranged marriage. That it just didn't seem right to me. Yeah. Phil McCracken says that Mick Hucknall is Harry's dad. Mick, good choice. Whatever happened to Mick Hucknall? Whatever happened to Simply Red?
Oh God, Jesus.
Andrew Action Man Harry would make a good James Bond. Okay, no, I wouldn't actually say that.
It was a good job Mick Hucknall could sing. I mean, he's a good singer, but bloody hell, other than that.
Yeah. Ian Barton says they have the soft cushion of whatever money can buy to take their minds off things. Phil may well be living it up in a flash villa somewhere exotic. Okay, whatever. I'm not too sure about that last bit. Anyway, Hard Tulip, you two still going. Okay, thanks for that. Anyway, we've been on for an hour and 36 minutes, and I think we've run out of a few ideas at the end anyway. So I'm going to finish this one now. And I'm going to finish off with finish off with, let's get that one off the screen. I'm going to finish off with a little bit of a film review anyway. A little bit of a film review. And this is one that I watched the other night. Denzel Washington, Equalizer 2. Do you like Denzel Washington, Clive?
Yeah. Wasn't he in the? He was in the 51st, wasn't he?
51st. I think that was Samuel Jackson that was in that one. Yeah. Yeah. Denzel Washington. I mean, Equalizer 2 is a sequel to obviously the first Equalizer movie, which I've probably seen, but I've forgotten. I've forgotten. But this is a fine movie. He plays an ex-CIA guy who's driving an Uber taxi these days, and he's looking out for the bad guys. There's a conspiracy going on. But this is a fine action movie. I watched it the other night. You can get it on. I think you can get it on Amazon. I don't think it's on Netflix. But I really enjoyed it. Washington plays. I think he's a little bit demure, really, to be a superhero macho guy. He seems, he's cut out for other things. It's not the ideal role for him, but he does play a good part, and it is a really good thriller with a great climax to it.
I agree with Hard Tulip.
Yeah.
I haven't watched. I don't know if I've watched the Equalizer, the new one, but the Edward Woodward one.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Drop the gun.
Yeah.
that used to be in every episode, didn't it? Or probably twice in an episode, like a dark alley light with all the steam coming up from drop the gun.
Really, I never watched too much of that series. I always remember Edward Woodward as being Callan in the TV detective series of the 70s.
I always thought of him as Equalizer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, let's see. Andrew Hammond says Denzel Washington's best movie was Training Day. Okay. Well, I actually thought Denzel Washington's a fine act, and I thought in American Gangster he was really excellent in that. But if you're looking for something to watch, it's on Amazon. I would recommend The Equalizer 2. And one thing about this movie, it has a terrific shootout at the end of the scene. It's unusual because it takes place during a hurricane, the climax of this movie. So I really enjoyed it. And Equalizer 2, if you're looking for something to watch, gets the Steady Eddie seal of approval. Anyway, okay. So,
have you watched the new Clarkson? The farm.
I've watched some of it. I have watched some of it, Clive. I've watched it. It was. I watched a couple of episodes. I thought it's going to be a bit laborious, this. But each episode I watched, I did actually get into it. But it's not something I would watch. Yeah, it's not something I'd watch on a regular basis.
Those Rams were funny as well. What were they called? There was
Leonardo.
Oh, blimmin'.
Yeah.
Ronaldo and
yeah.
Was the one that committed suicide in the barbed wire?
Yeah.
what's his name? Liverpool football player played for Man United. What was his name?
Not Wayne Rooney, no.
Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rooney. That was the other one.
Oh, was it really? Was it really?
Wayne Rooney.
I remember Leonardo. I don't really.
Leonardo. Sorry, Leonardo. Yeah. The other one was Rooney.
Yeah.
I think Leonardo is still going, isn't he? Wayne Rooney, I think, was the one that sort of topped his house.
I said. AT says, I've seen Denzel Washington getting interviewed. He came across as a nasty pasty. Well, like they say, don't they? Never meet your heroes. I've seen a lot of really, really, really great stars who, when they're interviewed, they come across as really the kind of people that you really, really wouldn't want to know. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up now. It's an hour and 41 minutes. I'm going to have my late night supper, and then and then I'm going to have my late night supper. And then I'll be back on Friday anyway. And so anyway, do you want to sign off now anyway, Clive? Thanks for coming on anyway, Clive.
Enjoy your supper, mate.
Okay, all the best anyway. Cheers. Thank you. Okay, so that's Clive. That's he's been on before. That's Clive. What is his name? McLaren F1. The real Dutch Farang, Eddie Heath also has a great shootout scene. That's probably the only bit of that film which I actually liked. Okay, so anyway, that's it. That's it for tonight. We'll be back on Friday at 9 o'clock with something new. Hopefully, something a bit better to talk about, because you can't please everyone all the time. Some people like the subjects, and some people don't like the subjects. But you've got to give it a try anyway. So anyway, I'm going to say good night, everybody, and I'll say good night. Thank you. I'll see you there all pretty soon. Anyway, on Friday at 9 o'clock. Have a great week. I'm going to have something to eat late at night anyway, because I'm absolutely starving. Have a really, really good Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'll see you at 9 o'clock on Friday. All the best. Cheers.